Good day everybody. In this particular class we will learn about a very powerful feature available in Python called as string formatting. Now this is a powerful feature. Why do I say it's a powerful feature? Because it allows us to insert or to substitute values in a string, right? And what is more wonderful about it is that we can do that dynamically. Now what exactly the word dynamic means there? I'm going to give an example for you to understand. Now imagine you are creating a letter and you have, say, 250 employees in your company. Now you need to send this letter to these 250 employees, but you have created a template, and there are two ways you can actually do it. One, to simply say dear all, put in the message and send it to these 250 employees, or specifically mention their name, dear, say Tom, or dear Helen, or dear Isabella, or dear Jack, something like that, and then send it. Now the way in which you have sent these letters, they have different impact. The first one, which I've said, dear all, and this information is like a note to the staff members of your organization. That wouldn't have an individualized impact. People reading would say that, okay, this is an information, I take it, that's it, so what? But in the second case, it's personalizing the information. Suppose you were to say dear Tom, when Tom is reading it, he would feel as if the letter is addressed to him. So that is where string formatting comes in. I hope you're able to get a picture of what I'm trying to mention here. Now there are several ways of formatting. I'm going to teach you all of those things. There are several ways of string formatting. Now I'm going to tell you the old method, and subsequently I'm also going to give you the new method. So let me start with giving you the old way. Now the old way, how does the old way works? Now this is the old way. The old way of string formatting. Now in this case, what we do, we utilize %s within quotes. Now this is to embed strings, and if you want to embed integers, then you utilize this format specification. This is to embed integers, right? Now if you want to embed floating point numbers, when I say floating points, I mean decimal quantities, like so. This is to embed floating point numbers. This is the way you need to do that. You need to use the specification. Now let me just comment this off and give you a code illustration so that you are in a position to understand how these things work. So as I mentioned to you, you have a letter, you want to send it to 250 employees. You want to change them. You want their names to be specified. So how do we do that? So let me give it like this: name, employee, input, enter your staff name, right? You're receiving the input, fine. Now you have to put this input in the message. So imagine this is the message: print dear, we need to get the name, right? So dear, okay, I don't want to put a comma, I want the name to be specified. dear so and so, the name has to go there, and then this is the message. So print, I would like to invite you to a special dinner to discuss about the new project which we have secured, right? And then you can say print, and then you can say anticipating your presence. Thank you. Thank you. And then you can say print CEO. And then you can put in your name. CEO, say I'm just saying John. So this is the message that you would like to send it to 250 employees. Now you need to specify the name here. So for example, when I enter the name, that name has to be captured here, and the name has to be fitted here, and then all of this information has to be printed. There is where our string format, this particular specification, comes in handy. So how do I do that? So over here, what you need to do is you need to place in that particular specification that you have, that you want to use. In this case, I'm using string, so I'm going to say %s over there, and then I will simply go up over here, and then I will give the same specification, %, and then name of the employee. Name of the employee. Right, probably you can give a space there, and this would serve the purpose. So let's see how the output is. Say for example, you can even give an exclamation sign here. Only you don't have to give this much space, right? So that is looking good. So I'm saving it. Let me run that out. So when I run, please enter the name of the staff. I'm going to enter Tom. So let me see how the output looks. Dear Tom, you see that? Lovely. I would like to invite you to a special dinner to discuss about the new project which we have secured. Anticipating your presence, thank you. So now you know, when Tom reads this, this is a personalized email that Tom has just received. So what makes that possible is this format specification. Now what happens if you take away that? What happens if you take away that? You see that there is already an highlighter. So let me run that. I'm saying Tom there, and there is an exception. You see that? So it becomes imperative, though we are using things in the code, though it says that whatever that you place in the code gets displayed. Not in the case of string formatting. No, in the case of string formatting, you will have to exclusively place the format specifier. This thing is required, %s. So once I do that and I run it, then enter the name, say I want to enter Jasmine. You see that, dear Jasmine, I would like to invite you. So the message is there. So that is how we use the old method. Now similarly, you can try the other two things which I've given here. So you can include numbers and floating point numbers and then find that out. Now the next thing comes in, how are we going to use the format function? There is an exclusive format function that is available, and I'm going to show you how exactly we could use. So over here you could have seen that I have actually include the specification, format specification. Now what I'm going to do is, in the same example, let me just take this off. Now if you're taking this off, instead of this, what you need to do is you need to just place a open parenthesis and a close parenthesis, and over here you need to include. Now the best thing is, let me just retain this illustration, and what I will do is I will write in a new code over here. So this is how the new method works. And how does it work? Using the format function, using the format method, right? So I'm going to say staff name over here, input, please enter the name of the staff. So the name of the staff is entered. So to get the email, now let me just copy these things. I don't want to type these things again. So I would like to take them off. Okay, so now you get that line of code. So the message is there. Now we need the name to be present there. So I'm going to say print and dear. Now to get the name, you need to open a curly braces and close the curly braces, and probably you can place an exclamatory, then come out of the code and call the format function dot format, and inside the format you need to send in the argument. The parameter has to be sent, and the parameter is staff name. That's all you need to do. I hope you are catching the point. So we are not giving a format specification here, %s. All that we are doing is we are opening a flower parenthesis, closing a flower parenthesis, and then we are calling the format method and passing in the parameter. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to run it. So I'm going to say Jasmine, enter the staff name Jasmine, and click enter. You see that? Dear Jasmine, I would like to invite you to a special dinner to discuss about the new project. Appreciating your presence. Thank you. So that is how we do the new method. So I hope you are able to catch the all important action of the string formatting. Now you can have several variations. Say for example, you want to include, say, 2 people. How would you do that? Say in one instant you want to include 2 members. So all you need to do is you can just put your staff name 1 and then say copy it and then you paste it. Please enter the name of the second staff. Say you want to have a close discussion. So this is the second staff name 2, and you need those 2 names to be present here. Dear 2 people's name, dear 1 and dear the first name and the second name. So for that, what we need to do is we need to open a parenthesis like this, place in 1, and then you can give in a space and then say and open a parenthesis, place in 0, close the parenthesis. That's all you need to do. Now after you have done this, you can't simply let this go like that. You need to pass in the parameter. The parameters has to be passed. So for that, is going to be name 1 comma staff name 2, right? So the parameters are passed. That's it. So it's like this. So this is a very important meeting. So you want to ask only these 2 people to come in. So let me just save this and then run it. So clearly says Jack, enter second staff name Jasmine, and then you see that, dear Jasmine and Jack, I would like to invite, it says you, so maybe probably you can say I would like to invite you all, right? You can just change that. I would like to invite you all to a special dinner to discuss about the project, and let me run it now. So this one is Jasmine and Jack. So dear Jack and Jasmine, I would like to invite you all to a special lunch or dinner, so on so from the CEO. So clearly you can understand how the string format works, and we'll meet again in the next lesson. Thank you everybody.